Thousands of victims of January's Palisades fire in Southern California are suing the state and the city of Los Angeles. They're accusing both governments of a failure of epic proportions.
Well, what we're seeing now is a lot of back and forth between government agencies, and it all started 6 days before the Palisades fire. On New Year's Day, there was this smaller fire burning. We know fire crews rushed to the area. Later that day, the LAFD contained it, but some at the scene weren't so sure.
I couldn't be sure that we would make it out.
10 months ago, we were there as Casey Sabani and his family saw what was left of their home for the first time after the Palisades fire.
Just knew we've got to get out of here.
Today, they're still struggling to move on.
We are living the aftermath, and we've seen it, unfortunately, firsthand with a lot of kids who have their own form of trauma.
Casey is one of thousands who lost everything, and now lawyers for the victims and their families are seeking billions in damages from several entities.
There were systemic failures, both on the state and city level, in terms of the government actors, but there were also failures by non-governmental actors as well.
Here's where it gets complicated. The Palisades fire didn't just start on January 7th, according to federal prosecutors. On New Year's Day, 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht is accused of starting a smaller brush fire known as the Lockman Fire. The LAFD said firefighters contained and put out the fire the same day. On January 2nd, a battalion chief ordered crews to pack up and leave, according to texts obtained by the LA Times. Some firefighters warned it was too soon, even texting their boss it was a bad idea.
What we're seeing here is a record of knowing about the risks, being warned, but despite that, not properly deploying resources, not having effective communication and coordination.
Days later, on January 7th, the fire reignited and eventually exploded into the Palisades fire. Federal investigators later determined the fire smoldered and burned deep underground for days, untraced, until uncontrollable high winds created a firestorm. The lawsuit claims the city and state didn't follow their own rules and that failures to keep water and power running, along with poor land management, made the fire worse. Newsom's office says that's false, saying in part the state didn't start this fire, that was an arsonist, and the state wasn't responsible for responding to or monitoring this fire, but opportunistic plaintiffs' attorneys are now going after the California Department of Parks and Rec.
It's wrong to say that all of this is solely because somebody started a fire on January 1st. There's so much more that happened that caused the outcome that we are dealing with today.
Now, a federal grand jury subpoenaed the Los Angeles Fire Department for those text messages obtained by the Los Angeles Times that warned about hot spots, smoke, and smoldering in the area.